So the makeup look that all the girlies are wearing, that's really warm, neutral tone eyeshadows, glossy lip with a little bit of pink, a very warm cheeky blush and bronzer. Yeah, we are about to do that. As you can see, this is a very, very detailed video. By the end of this video, you should know how to do this makeup. So stay tuned and let's go ahead and start the video. I know everybody's into like the neutral glam, the soft glam, heavy contour and highlight face, and then they're doing like a subtle eye. So we're going to get into that today. I'm also going to insert some inspo pictures so you guys can see what look we are going for, and we're going to try to recreate it while I am teaching you how to do it. I already did my brows. Y'all know I use the Benefit brow pencil. This is in the color, this is the number 5, so I think it's like a black brown. This Anastasia brow pen, I have not used this in a while, but I'm going to go over it towards the end because I feel like when I do my brows first, I always lose a little bit of the makeup, like during the process of doing eyeshadow. I don't know why that happens, but I'm going to go over it with this later. I have this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I have not put this on yet, so I'm going to put a little bit of that on. Also for the face with doing this makeup look, I did already go in with my Clinique Moisture Surge. So I put that on first. Then I go in with the Power Grip by e.l.f. This is my go-to. I will never stop using this. I will never stop using it. And then you're going to color correct your dark spots. So I did this. I do under my eyes. I have a little bit of discoloration on my forehead, around my lips. So now we're going to go ahead and apply some of this matte primer by e.l.f. Mostly everything I get from e.l.f. is pretty good. Oh, it's like a jelly texture. Well, ooh, it's thick. I'm just going to put a little bit on my areas. I actually put just a little bit and I still have some. So just one little dab might be enough. Working it in on my T-zone areas where I tend to get oily. Oh, I like the way it blends out. We'll see how we like this. So far, so good. I like the texture of it. It's very thick, so you don't need a lot of it. You only need a little bit. So for this look, we're going to be using the infamous Jaclyn Hill. This palette, I feel like I used this palette a lot when it first came out. I used to use it so much because you literally have all the colors that you need. You have your neutrals, then you have some fun, like cool tone blues and greens, and then you have the warm shades, and then of course the blacks. But I used to use this palette so much when it first came out. I absolutely loved it. I will probably always have it in my collection as well. We're going to go ahead and do some of the face first because I was looking at details on the pictures and they do have like this define, contour, and highlight. So we're going to go ahead and start with that first. I'm going to go ahead and use my Bobbi Brown. I have to scoop it out because I told y'all before that I am almost out of this product, but we don't waste product. So we're going to do like a little bit, maybe not a little bit. I think I want it kind of heavy. So right now we're just drawing out. Well, I'm not going to say drawing out. Right now we're just placing the contour where we want it, which would kind of be like underpainting right now. Okay. We already put concealer underneath our eyebrows to clean it up, but I'm going to go ahead in with some of the lighter concealer that I like to use because I think what I'm going to do is use this as my eyeshadow color, which I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in just a second. These are the same 2 shades that I use underneath my eye for my contour. And I do feel like doing this is going to bring the whole look together because it's almost like everything is bouncing off of each other. I'm just going to take my brush that I use to highlight my face. I'm just going to blend this out. Blend it out over the whole entire lid. We're going to go ahead and blend out this contour. So we're going to start with the nose. And we're just going to do like circular motion and bring it all the way up, right up under that brow. And just keep blending. I'm going to go ahead and just chisel out the nose a little bit more. And then we're going to go ahead and blend out the rest of this. Make sure you're blending this upward and not down, because you want it to still be defined. And if you blend it down, you're basically taking away from creating that chiseled look. We're going to go ahead and go into adding our concealer. Now we're going to add our blush. I'm not really crazy about the whole blush technique thing. It comes out pretty, but I feel like sometimes it mixes in too much with my concealer. I'm going to use this orange tone by Juvia's Place because I do want my blush to be more on the warmer side for this makeup. I'm just going to try to stay right on the cheek area and then go up into my hairline. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're going to move in with concealer. I'm going to do like a small triangle shape, but I still am packing on a lot of product because I think I want my under eye to be kind of bright in this area and a little bit on the chin. Now we're just going to slowly blend out. I don't want to move too much of my concealer from where I've placed it, so I'm just going to do light taps and blend it out just around the outer parts of it. I'm not really trying to get rid of the product. It should look something like this. Same thing with the chin. I'm not really trying to get rid of the product. I'm just trying to move around those lines. So I'm just lightly tapping this concealer and moving it just a little bit. I'm going to leave a lot of the product in my inner corner because I'm also going to add that lighter shade and I want to kind of blend those two together. Now we're going to add that lighter color in the inner corner. Like I said, I want mine kind of bright, so I did put a little more than I normally use. And I'm just going to blend that out immediately because I told you before, this concealer dries really quickly. And I'm kind of carving out around my nose to clean up some of that, the contour shade that we used earlier. So it should look like that. Okay, so now we just carved out the nose. I'm going to go back in with that same brush that we used to carve out the contour in the beginning, and I'm just going to clean up where I kind of lost some of the product. I'm going to take the other side of the brush and just blend it. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of foundation, and what I like to do with foundation, I like to just add it on the bottom half because there's nothing here right now. And then I'm going to take the extra and just blend out around my face in areas to blend all this together. So I do 2 pumps, basically 1 for each side. And then we're just going to blend that out. And now everything is just going to start blending together because I'm taking the excess product and blending out on my forehead. And I am blending the foundation right on top of that contour. It's also going to help with it looking so harsh. It's going to soften it up a little bit doing this. All right, so the extra I'm just going to take on my nose and kind of pat that on the side really lightly. And that's going to blend my nose. The one size setting powder, I'm going to be using that in the translucent. I'm going to bake because I have to do my eyes. So I don't want any of the fallout to fall on top of what I just did because my face is still wet. So wherever you put your concealer is where you want to use this translucent. I'm also going to take my loose powder by MAC and set the rest of my face because it's like the same color as my foundation. We're going to go ahead and start with the eyes. So what I wanted to do was you basically drew out where you want to put your dark and where your light is going to go. Because the eyeshadow looks that they have on the pictures are so subtle, we're not going to do a whole lot of eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with the third shade in the top. I'm just going to pat it right on top all over the lid. I think one of the inspo pick had like a shimmer on it. So maybe I could go back and do that one later. It's really simple. You can add it right on top of this. But for the look that I'm doing today, I do not want to do that. But if you want to see me do like a shimmery look similar to this, then just let me know in the comments and we'll do that one next as well. So then I'm going to go in with a medium brown shade, which is very warm, which is this shade right here. And now I'm going to take with the same brush. Make sure you have a towel beside you too, because I'm continuously wiping off my brush. But I'm going to do light taps of that product. And then I'm going to go in right where we put the concealer. And I'm just going to blend that. So now this is kind of setting our concealer as well, where we put it at in the top part, like right under that brow bone. And then I'm going to take it and kind of bring it down. I'm still carving out my contour, but this is also kind of setting it. Now we're going to go in with a deeper brown, which is on the last row. We're going to go in with this shade, and I'm just going to lightly tap this in. And I'm kind of moving it toward the center of my lid, kind of just buffing it out so it kind of melts in with that shade that we have on the lid, so it'll kind of blend out like effortless. And it should look like that. That's it for the eyeshadow, y'all. We're gonna keep going with the liner and stuff, but that's pretty much it. If you wanted it to look a little bit like deeper, you could just keep adding the darker brown, or you can add like a little bit of black. But because we're doing a softer look, we're not gonna add black. Once you get done with this, you should have it where it's like halfway, where it, from blending it out, you should have a halfway look and it should just look blended. I'm telling you, when you're doing makeup and you feel like it don't look as blended, it does. You just got to finish the whole step and trust the process. This is going to seal the deal right here. This with lashes is, oh, let me stop talking. I'm going to fix that. My wings always come out different, but I don't care. I'm not about to worry about it. I think I want to do these because they're kind of dramatic, or these. I'm going to go with these. So last night I went to Bible study at Rock City, and he has been going over like walking in alignment with God, knowing your purpose. And last night was doors are opening. So there were some questions that he talked about that just really had me riding home in silence, because I had to think about it. There was so many things that he said that resonated with what I'm going through right now and decisions that I need to make. One of the questions for finding your purpose was, what burdens you that does not bother others? And I'm sharing this with y'all because it was that good. Like, I still have been meditating on these questions and the information that he gave out last night. What burdens you that does not bother others? Which means it could be purpose there for you. And then he said, what's one thing you could do for free that brings you life? I already know the answer to that one, but I feel like because I have a lot of things that I enjoy doing, I have a couple, but basically that's just saying that if you enjoy doing something that you're good at or gifted at, or even if you're not good at it, but you enjoy doing it, maybe there is purpose there for you. And another question he said was, where do you see consistent fruit in your life? These questions just made me really ride home and think, because a lot of times we just go, we go, we go, we go, we do, we do, we do. And you're not really thinking about what you're doing that's probably that one thing that you're doing that's bothering you or irritating you. You're probably doing it consistently and good at it, and you're not even paying attention to it. But that could be the one thing that could change your life. That could be the one thing that God is trying to build you in. So these questions just really made me sit and think and meditate. And I'm probably going to be meditating on them for a while until I get some answers. And then he said, what are you doing that makes you feel closer to God? Like, what is that one thing you're doing? And when you're doing it, you feel like you feel closer to God when you're doing that. I want this eyeliner to be a little bit darker. So we're going to go in with the Inglot, y'all. We're going to pull out the Inglot as soon as I find it. I'm going to take some of this bronzer and just like warm up the bottom part of my eyes. Y'all know when I like some, I say, oh yeah. Blend out that translucent powder. Say one thing that makes me feel alive when I'm doing it would probably be makeup. I feel the most comfortable and it's calm. It's almost like therapy for me. So we're going to lightly tap. We're using the Juvia's Place bronzer. We're just going to lightly tap. Now this is going to bring everything back out because we kind of underpainted, but now it's time to bring it back to the surface. I want to kind of do this a little heavy because I feel like in the pictures theirs is a little bit heavy. So I'm just going to bring it around and right up under the cheek. And anything that wasn't blended out on the forehead, that's what this step is for. We are really like heavy warming up the face. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the excess that's left over and do my nose. And then I'm just going to put the extra right on top of my eyes. That's not necessary. That's just me being extra. I'm going to use this Juvia's Place palette for blush because this orange shade that's in here, I really want to use that to warm up my face. So let's just go in with that shade and just lightly tap, but we're going to make it heavy. We want it to show up really well. Then I'm just going to take the extra and blend it out on my forehead because to me, that brings it together. And then on my nose, remember I said earlier we were going to go in and touch up the brows because I have lost some of that product. So I'm just going to go in with like streaking motions. I wanted them to look a little bushy, so I like that. In the comments, let me know if any of these questions resonates with you, which I think for most people, it does. We all can sit and meditate on these questions. I think for everybody, one, if not all of them, applies. I don't know if I should add some highlighter. I have not had highlighter on my face in so long. Should I do it? Ooh. Let's just do a little bit. Let's just do a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit on my nose. And this is the Becca highlighter. That shows you how long it's been since I bought one. It came out a long time ago. I'm going to put some right on top of my cheek. Just a little. Yeah. For lips, let's get into it, y'all. We got MAC Chestnut. We have this lip gloss that I got from Morphe. Wait, I forgot to spray my face. I do overdraw my lips. I love it. Let's see. I don't really have nude pinks. Oh, this might work. What is this? This is Ulta Beauty's brand. Pink. I don't know. It's like a pink nude. Let me not regret this. Oh, it's really pretty. Beautiful. It blends out nice because I added that setting spray and it's leaving like a little bit of shine to my face. I'm going to go back in with that MAC translucent powder and just set everything one more time. I do this anyway. I just did it out of order today. This pretty much completes the look, guys. I feel like it came out really good. Let me know if you want to see more looks like this. I do want to leave you with a final question from last night's Bible study. What has God told you to do that you have not done yet? Meditate on that. If you want to know more about what we talked about in Bible study last night, go to Rock City on YouTube and watch the video because it was incredible. It comes on every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Also, if you're in Birmingham, you could just come in. He has opened up the church to the public, so you could just come in and sit like I did last night, and it was incredible. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. Until next time, see y'all later.